Hey guys, Charlie Sims here. Welcome to my channel. Hope you're having a lovely day and thank you for joining me for a speed build. So today we have a Spanish villa, I think we are calling it, a luxurious Spanish villa. And we are in Windenburg, which is probably like a weird place to start building a Spanish villa. But I was thinking that it's very lush and it's 64 by 64, so originally I was going to build a mansion, but the mansion didn't end up working out. It's in the background. We keep this path, so that's why I'm recording. I've still got the video footage for the path, but we don't end up keeping the building in the background. There's like 2 iterations to this, and the second iteration is a lot smaller, so that's why I've got a building in the background, but there's no footage for it. But this path stays, so we've got the footage for that, but we end up bulldozing that house that was originally meant to be the mansion, and we do actually move this to Oasis Springs because I feel like the build fits a bit more in with Oasis Springs, and because it's not so big, we don't need such a big lot. So yeah, that's why we move it. But yeah, I really like what I do here with the path though. This ends up being like a really big drive, and I think it really fits in with Oasis Springs. Like, I'm super happy with it once I move it to Oasis Springs. And this is just doing the actual house, so the second iteration of the house. And yeah, this is just me making a big driveway and sorting out the roof. And yeah, I make sure there's a lot of balconies here. I think there's only like one that's actually functioning, and then the rest are just kind of like show balconies, but this is off the master bedroom, so that really works out. And I actually had not like a lot of trouble with this, but I really struggled with the exterior initially, like not the interior, but yeah, the exterior, because this is kind of like out of my comfort zone. Not really used to doing a home like this, I guess, like a kind of like a Spanish home. Don't really, I haven't done them much at all. In like the whole time I've been playing The Sims, just haven't done many Spanish homes. Like, it's normally like, I guess my comfort zones is like Victorian and suburban. So yeah, this is different for me, but it was actually like really fun. And I think it does have like a lot of features of like Spanish homes, like because I end up putting the kind of stucco walls, stucco clad walls, and then we have like the red tile roof, but then we have like these kind of grand windows, and I don't put any shutters on the windows, and like the windows aren't small, so in like typical Spanish colonial homes the windows are quite small, and you would have shutters on them. But I just find things in real life don't necessarily like translate in The Sims to like looking good, and I didn't really want, I don't know, I don't really like small windows on my builds, to be honest, because yeah, as I said, just like in The Sims, they just don't look, I don't know, they just don't look good. So I ended up putting like big tall windows, which is like a bit unusual, but I thought they looked good, so we just kind of like rolled with them. And yeah, I am doing the landscaping, as you can see, but I do move back onto the exterior, just try and add some more fun things to the exterior. So I add some more awnings, and then we get a roof detail with base game, I believe, that's quite fitting for Mediterranean homes. It's got the stucco wall texture and a little window, and I use that, and I do like jazz it up a little bit because I think it's looking a little bit boring at this point. Also change the white trim around the windows to all dark trim or brown, because I think the white is kind of in your face at the moment. So yeah, there's like a couple of things I do to make it look more of like a Spanish Mediterranean home. Like, my parents live in Spain, but I can't even think what their house looks like. Nothing like this. It's like a square. But I wanted to do like something a bit more fun than just like, a couple of squares for the shape of the house. But yeah, so I'm dividing up the driveway here, just adding like a bit of interest at the front, and we end up putting rocks around all of the landscape because I think it looks really nice. It kind of looks like the landscape is like a bit more polished, which is what I wanted because this is supposed to be quite a posh, lavish home. So yeah, that's what I want to do. And yeah, we just add some rocks even around this bit as well. And I think this is where, there you go. So I'll pull out that roof detail from base game, and I really like that roof detail. It's really fun. And yes, pull out one of these as well that I do believe I have seen in Spanish homes around my parents' house. And then I'm adding some awnings as well. And I think I add an awning. Oh yeah, I'm just making sure that the roof is the same size as the other roof, the same height, because I find it looks a bit weird otherwise. And then I'm just sizing down some rocks to put around these little areas as well, because as I said, I did want it to look really manicured. We haven't even done the back yet. And yeah, we're like, I don't know, 6 minutes into the video or whatever. But yeah, this takes me like a really long time. So there's like a lot of cutting out. Like as I said, I was starting to do a mansion, and then maybe, one day we will do a mansion. It's just I don't know. I've saved it to the gallery and my own personal gallery. I haven't put it like public or anything. So yeah, maybe I'll go back to it, but I don't know. I wasn't really sure like which direction I wanted to go in once I got to the back, and yeah, I don't know. I didn't end up liking it, so we downsized a little bit. I'm still in the 64 by 64 lot, but we move. As I said, we move that to a smaller lot, and I really like it when we move it to a smaller lot. I think it's a 40 by 30, the 40 by 30 in Oasis Springs. And yeah, I'm really glad that we move it to Oasis Springs because I totally forget that Oasis Springs has got a really lush green neighbourhood, which is exactly what I wanted for this kind of build. And there's palm trees everywhere in the neighbourhood, which goes with all the palm trees that I've got down at the moment. So it's kind of perfect. Now I'm working on the back of the build, and I basically like copy some elements from the front, find this balcony from base game as well, and add that to all of the upper windows. I think, yeah, this is just me adding it to all of the upper windows because I think it looks really nice and it really fits in with the build. And then I use this roof piece from the front as well, and then I think we use the balcony trick too. And yeah, I'm just kind of like making it different but like kind of the same, because I've like run out of ideas basically for how to make the back a little bit different. And I actually really like the front, so it's fine that it's quite similar, but we do add a little bit of a difference. So I add like a corner piece because I want to use a hexagonal roof just to add like a little bit of detail, something a bit different. And yeah, we end up putting this Realm of Magic window on the downstairs floor. And yeah, I'm just adding some more of these balconies as well, sizing them down. So yeah, just got a lot of fake balconies, but there's like one that works in the front, as I said. So, and I think that's fine. I don't really get my Sims to often go on balconies, if at all, to be honest. Kind of forget they exist. I think because I normally don't put anything functional there, but I guess like if you wanted your Sims to go on the balcony a bit more, I guess like putting something like a chess table on the balcony, that might be like a good idea. Because it's nice like seeing them sit on the balcony, but yeah, I think I just put like a table, yeah, table, two chairs, and just a candle. But yeah, there ends up being like quite a lot inside this build. I mean, we'll talk about that once we move inside. Oh yeah, and I love this. I like accidentally made these palm trees like a room because I put this circle platform on them, and then I can just move them about as a room. So that's really nice. And we're just dotting about some of my favourite lavender plants, and we do move this to a 30 by 40 lot, so it's a bit narrower at the front, so I just need to like add some rocks on the edge where they've clipped out. But I was thankful that like, because obviously I started building it in a 64 by 64, so I was thankful that it actually like moved fine. In a 40 by 30 was a little bit worried about that. But yeah, I'm just working out the back, and it does end up being completely like we separate where the green and the, obviously, I guess, gravel that we put down, or pavement. Yeah, probably pavement. So yeah, we put some terrain paint around, and then we like line it with pebbles. And then I think, oh, it probably needs a fence as well, because there's going to be a pool in the back. So yeah, so where there's a little gap where you can get to the back from the front of the house, I think of putting a gate there that fits diagonally, which is quite nice. And then I add some this debug fence, which I really like. And then obviously, because it's debug fence, I'm able to put it on a curve, which is great. And I size it down because it's a bit too big, and then I use the tool mod to elevate it up and down, which is something else that you can't do with the fence either. So yeah, I actually really like the debug fence for this reason, and I think it really fits in well and it looks really nice. So yeah, really happy with that. And yeah, we've moved to the Oasis Springs lot now, and I think it just looks much better. So yeah, so I think, you know, it's so posh, they probably have it all fenced in. So I fence in the whole thing, and sometimes like I leave my builds not fenced in, but I thought, like with this one, because there's a pool, I thought we would fence it in completely for the privacy and the security. And yeah, and we still have like half of it luscious, but still like on the land of the owners, I guess, because the fence is around the luscious area as well, so they've got like some of their own like private grass. And now we're just working out the pool area, and yeah, I'm just trying to make it like a little bit fun. We line it with rocks, and yeah, so surrounding the pool is a platform that's raised by one, and then we align it with rocks, and I think that ends up looking really nice. And as well, because we can use these circle pieces, so the edge looks a bit more smoother, which I like. And yeah, there's some like fun bump out parts, and I think it's just like quite a fun shaped pool, something different. And then I put flowers in that circle area that I've created with the rocks as well. And yeah, I guess this is supposed to look, yeah, it's supposed to look quite posh. You end up putting the platform to the edge as well, which requires me lowering the fence again with the elevate. So like it was like a little bit of hard work, but like it wasn't too bad. So yeah, this is just me lowering the fence, and then we do end up with the platform seeping through the fence a little bit, but I cover that with some greenery. Yeah, and I think that works fine. Yeah, I end up really happy with it. So yeah, just in case you didn't know where I got this fence from, I got it from the debug menu, which you can access by, if you open up the cheat bar at the top using Control-Shift-C, I believe, and then you type in testing cheats on, and then you type in bb.show live edit objects, and then you search in the search bar in the build mode. If you type in debug, then you'll see the debug menu, and then you can scroll down and get this lovely fence out. And then because it's not a conventional fence, it's like an object, you can actually turn it using Alt if you're in Sims 3 camera mode. So just hold it down, press Alt, and move your mouse, or if you're on a trackpad, you can do that. And yeah, so that was nice because I was able to like add the curvature to it. And then that gate, I put the gate on a diagonal without putting any fence down, because you can't put, wait, surely you can put fence on a diagonal. Yeah, I think you can. Okay, never mind. Oh, and this trick here I got from Kate Emerald's channel. I'm not sure whether it was originally from Kate or she quotes someone else in her video for it, or it is Kate, I've forgotten, but that was where I watched a video on that, and I think that looks really good, as just like a, I don't know, just like a fake like kind of jacuzzi built into swimming pool. I don't know, like the jacuzzis we get, the hot tubs we get are so like big and bulky, but that's just really nice. Yeah, I think that works really well. So yeah, little trick I learnt from Kate, watching her tutorials. Kind of obsessed with her channel at the moment. And I put just some sun loungers down, table and chairs for your alfresco dining, and then I think I had an umbrella here from Get Together, just a nice yellow one, and then some plants. So yeah, and then I lower it with the tool elevate functionality, because I think it's just a bit close to the platform, so it's like it's raised, so we need to like lower that. And yeah, like there's a lot of the tool feature that like confuses me. Like move's fine, move, elevate, it's just the rotate in various ways. I end up like losing the object. I really need to watch a tutorial on that. But I mean, elevate and move is all right. Like elevate, it seems kind of like intuitive. Like if you want to make an object go down or lower, you have to like do minus. I would do steps of 0.1 just to see how much it's been lowered by, I guess. So yeah, so that's what I tend to do. And it's quite easy to use. And then if you want to raise your object, it's plus 0.1. So now we are onto the inside anyway. That was the garden pool area. And now we kind of make a mezzanine kind of open area. And we do end up putting a fountain inside, which is like a little bit weird, I guess, but I think it looks really cool. And we use these island living arches everywhere because I think they're really bold and they make a statement. And then I find some base game wallpaper that's like white, but it's got this little terracotta trim at the bottom that I really like. And then we use these stairs from Jungle Adventure because they're really bright and fun. And this is when I put the fountain in, and I just kind of slot that in there. I think that looks really good. And we put like a table and chairs in the entryway, which I don't normally do, but I wanted to do something different, and I think it looks really nice in the screenshots. End up putting, oh yeah, and then by the curve of the stairs, I end up pulling out a column from Jungle Adventure, and I think like, I don't know, it kind of like makes a statement. It's very bold, the column, and I think that looks really good with the couches, and yeah, just adds like a bit of intrigue. And we end up moving this kitchen completely because there's no way of getting into that back room, because like I make a room that's a toilet on the other side, so I end up putting another arch from Island Living there where the kitchen is. So we end up swapping the kitchen. Also changed up the colour scheme of the kitchen now, and I don't end up putting any bar stools in just because. I mean, I think I've heard this complaint like a couple of times, because like there's handles on the outside. It doesn't really, like in real life you wouldn't really like then put chairs there, because it doesn't really make sense to put chairs by where you've got drawers. So yeah, I don't. This ends up just being an island that's just more work surfaces basically. And yeah, this is where I change it and realise we need more room on the other side, because I need to put an archway. Or maybe I don't realise it then. And then we've just got some informal seating area. Got a lot of just like informal, like just like nooks for seating. Yeah, which I don't normally have, but I don't normally have this much space. We've got like a lot of space to work with. I also, that Realm of Magic circle mirror, I think that looks so stunning on the inside. But sorry, jumping about a little bit, we're now in the living room, because I don't realise the problem where we can't get into the back room for like a while. So in my mind at this point, the kitchen's done. And then I'm just trying to cover so basically the stairs clip into the wall, so I'm just trying to cover that. We do end up covering it with a TV, so I don't start off putting a TV, and then I just think, oh, this room would be so much more functional, like with a TV, because I really like this room. I think it ends up looking so nice, and it's just like no Sims are going to sit here unless you put a TV down. Or at least that's what I find when I play. So we're just making it like a little bit more functional, and there's like a lot of pops of colour in here. We've got like some blue from the vases and the fireplace, got like those yellow and multicoloured cushions. So I just decided to have like the grey swatch for that rug, just to like mute it all a little bit. But I really love the interior. I just think it's so fun, and everything that I use is basically Jungle Adventure, because we just get some stunning furniture with Jungle Adventure. I think there's a couple of island living things I kind of like use here and there that fit in, but yeah, it's mostly Jungle Adventure. And we have this kind of like this octagonal room, and I just make this into like a little reading area. So I think we just put some candles and a couple of books down. I think I'll put the candles down later. Yeah, I kind of like go around and add detail here and there to the build. And I really like those lanterns that I just size up and put in the entryway. And this is when I realise that the kitchen's not going to work, because I can only get to that back room if I put the arch where the kitchen counters are. So move the kitchen counters to the other side. And I really like this hutch that we got with Jungle Adventure. I don't know, it's got a wine rack in, but I kind of imagine it being a hutch come wine rack. Like, I imagine they've got all their plates in like the lower drawers. So yeah, and we just like clutter that up, which is really nice. And then I end up just putting the counter kitchen surfaces on the other side of the wall, and that kind of works. We had some tile as well, and yeah, I think that looks really nice. This as well, which I love, just like hanging glasses and plates display. I wish we had some more displays with like hanging glasses, because I think that looks really good. And now I just add like some general kitchen clutter, and yeah, I just love the island living furniture, apart from like I guess apart from the islands having drawers on the outside, because I don't really want to put like bar stools on them, but like it's minor really. And we just add some more wine to this like wine rack display that I think's really nice. And then I put an urn here for some reason. I discovered that urn like, I don't know, in one of the builds that I've done recently, and just love it. I think it's so pretty. This is from like the vampire pack. I don't know. I think it's really nice. So I just add that there as like, I don't know, like an antique or something. I wasn't actually thinking it was an urn. I guess it could be, but I wasn't really thinking that grim. I just kind of like liked it. And then I'm just putting like some rugs around, and then this is I guess the back building kind of back room, like kind of mud room before you go outside. And yeah, so I just add like some gardening displays, because I just pretend that they're into gardening. Although this is all decorative, there's not actually anything for gardening. There's we do put the archaeologist's table down, so I think like one of the parents living here is an archaeologist. And yeah, I'm just tiling the back of that kitchen. And now we're just, I don't know, just decorating this kind of like blank wall with some miscellaneous things. That end table is from, chest of drawers is from Jungle Adventure as well. And yeah, we just go back and clutter up this table with a couple of things. And then yeah, this is where I put the candles, on that end table. And I just really like it. It looks like a stool, and I don't know, I like putting plants on it. And then we just add like another little shelf here, just trying to cover up the walls really. And then I decide on adding a little study area as well off the kitchen. So I think like there's like 3 rooms off that. Well, there's 1 room off the kitchen with the archaeologist's table, and then there's a corridor, and then there's this study area. And yeah, I don't know what the other parent does. Something that, I don't know, maybe they work from home a lot, and that's why there's like a separate room. But yeah, as you can see, I'm doing the hallway, and then there's a kid's bedroom at the back. And then yeah, the room off the kitchen is where the archaeologist's table is, and that's just kind of like an activity room. But yeah, I just thought we could squeeze in 1 bedroom downstairs, because the downstairs is really big. And yeah, I really like this room. This is just like a really fun room. We put those wall decals from Parenthood everywhere in orange. And I'm not sure how old the kid is. I put like a few things down that make me think like the kid is younger. So like a young child rather than like a preteen in my head. I mean, we don't have preteens, so I kind of like imagine, but this is like, you know, a young child. And yeah, just got like a load of teddies, but not really anything like mirrors or makeup or anything. So yeah, not delving into preteens yet. That's what I think the sim that lives there is. And yeah, they're just into like toys and things. And now I put the archaeology table down for one of the parents, and then a chessboard, and then I think we put another seating area and a hamster. I think the child sim whose room that is, their hamster is there, but they haven't got the hamster in their room because, you know, if anybody's had a hamster, you'll know that they're just really loud and they're nocturnal, so they're on their wheel all night and you would just never get any sleep. So this made sense to me, and it filled up some space as well. And yeah, we just end up putting like a little hobby board in. I find something that looks like an artifact, and I put that above the archaeologist table. And I mean, I don't really know what that is. And then we're just like decorating the entryway, the hallway. And now I'm just decorating the upstairs, so I add like a little balcony, and then I do lose some footage of my parents' room for some reason. So as you can see, it's like kind of done, which is annoying. So sorry about that. I put like a bed down, a rug, two end tables, and an ottoman, and now I'm just putting a fireplace down. I put that chest of drawers from Jungle Adventure on the left, a couple of plants, and now we're up to date, and I'm just cluttering it a little bit more. And I do think like it's a shame that fireplace is so big. I love the fireplace being there. I think that looks super cozy and luxurious. It would have been nice to add a TV in this room, but I think that's okay. I love that flower. Love that that indoor plant we get from Seasons, but I always forget about it. It's like the orchid. Yeah, and now I'm moving. The parents also have an entryway into their room as well that I just kind of put couches in, and maybe that's weird, I don't know. And I was going to just make like a really big child's room, and then I thought maybe I could make it 4-bedroom. And yeah, we do. We have like enough room to make it 4-bedroom. So yeah, I end up making it 4-bedroom. And the kids have got like, I mean, not like really similar rooms, but kind of. So I think they're a little bit older than the child sim who lives downstairs. Because I've got like things. This sim is really into knitting. So they have a desk, and I actually swap out the nifty knitting desks and then make everything purple, because there's a purple swatch for nifty knitting, and it means that we can add a load of stuff from nifty knitting, which is really nice because I haven't actually used a load of things from nifty knitting, and I really do like the objects. It's just the swatches aren't that usable, like. And unless you're making a knitting room, I find they're not that usable. So we decided to make a knitting room, and I really like that desk. I think that looks like a really fun kids' desk, like if your kid's really into crafting. And then we put like this kind of crochet thing down, and maybe they are really into crochet. And then yeah, they just love crafting, this sim. And what do I put in there? Like, yeah, just a plant and a hanging plant and a rug. And yeah, this sim is just into crafting and science as well. And then I think I move on to the third child's bedroom. And yeah, so I imagine these children, I kind of imagine them as twins, I don't know, or like a similar age, like a bit older than the kid downstairs. And I think that's because like I put things like I put like a mirror down, and then like the hairdryer thing. So I think like maybe they care a bit more about their appearance, which like you find in like, you know, older children, rather than like really young kids that just want to play. That was kind of the downstairs kids' room. So yeah, so this is the third child's room, and I didn't really clutter this room up too much, which is like kind of unusual for me. Really like that money box, and I don't know why. I just wanted the kids' room to be really neat. I just, maybe they're like neat children that are just angels. So yeah, maybe that's not too realistic, but I actually really liked making a neat kids' room for a change. So this kid just has, I put the Void Critter Battle Station, and then we do put I do end up putting a Void Critter poster as well above that battle station. But now I'm just working out the bathroom, and I do end up putting tile down here because the shower doesn't look like there's any tiles, and if you have a shower standing up and you've got like wallpaper or anything that's not tile, it's just gonna like go through and create damp. So I always think it's realistic to put tile quite high in the bathroom. So yeah, and we can use that really nice tile from Jungle Adventure because it really fits with this build, and it's just stunning. It's my favourite tile. I do wish we had matching floor tile for the wall tile, but it's okay, because I think like terracotta all the way through. Well, I mean, I don't know, like my parents' house in Spain, they have like terracotta flooring throughout the whole house, terracotta tile, and yeah, there's nothing that changes throughout the entire house, and I think that looks fine. They've just got like a load of rugs down. So yeah, this is just me adding some like miscellaneous artworks, just dotting them about, and now I'm just adding to the entryway. Just add like some love seats and paintings and plants, and then I put a couple of rugs in the corridor, and then I think we are done with the build. So thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please hit the like button, and if you would like to see more content from me, please hit subscribe. Catch you later.